raining outside.
Yes.
Which is why we're doing our intro here. Where, to be fair, we always kind of used to do them here, didn't we?
Yeah, but then I made outside pretty.
Yeah. Do you, as a Cornish woman, do you fancy, there's a fly on my hand, a pasty?
I don't know, not if there's a fly on your hand.
It's on my hand, not the pasty. Okay, let me ask that again. Do you, as a Cornish woman, the fly is gone, fancy a pasty?
Yes.
We have made it out to St Buryan Farm Shop for a pasty. Hello and welcome to another episode of The Brice Side. We are going to head in, have a little look around, cast the camera around, have a cup of coffee because there is a cafe inside, pick up a couple of pasties, and then maybe have a little look around St Buryan. Why not? Shelley there in the reflection of the glass. Come in, we are open. Just having a look at all the Cornish goodness here on sale. You've got a beverage cooler there with some lovely choices of drinks. I do like the Cornish cola there, that's very nice. And from a cider point of view, you've got the Polgoon stuff there for sale. What we were looking at a minute ago was this like fridge with all these like pre-made dinners for you. A turkey tikka curry, that sounds nice. Macaroni cheese. I was looking at the steak and ale pie. And you've got some like smaller items, again like a chicken pie, there was a turkey pie there. A smaller version of the steak and ale.
Beef bourguignon.
Oh yeah, beef bourguignon, yeah. Yeah, very nice.
Quiche down there.
Yeah, is that like just a quiche base, or is that? Oh no, it's a quiche, isn't it? Yeah, it's yeah. And they've got a freezer section here. Might get a.
Might get something for the
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, why not? Yeah. Some delicious looking burgers there in the freezer section. Now got a whole chicken.
Hog's pudding.
Oh, hog's pudding. Yeah. And I think we forget how close St Buryan is to us, really.
Yeah,
you think for us it's like a 10-minute drive. It's only 5 miles west of Penzance.
Roads like that.
Yeah, I mean, we are in deepest, darkest Cornwall, you've got to be honest. I mean, St Buryan is kind of there in the wilds of Cornwall. But yeah, you got the Cornish sea salt. Yeah, there's lots of bits and pieces here. Maybe we will make a little bit more of a, I say an effort, it's not an effort to get here. Maybe we'll just put it on the radar a bit more. Who?
Just a lot of the lovely looking food. I might make some Christmas parties.
Oh yeah, I like that little like curtain
I just
thing.
said the C word, sorry.
Christmas.
Yeah.
I love Christmas. You know that. I mean, for me, it's Christmas like every day. Some nice sauces here on display. Cornish ketchup. All right. Definitely might have to give some of these a go. Roast potato oil. So I assume oil for roast potatoes.
Yeah,
it's not made out of potatoes, is it? Yeah, got some nice like jams and whatnot. Yeah. I think, oh look, ice cream, that's your like favourite Gwella ice cream. Have I heard of Gwella ice cream? Have you heard of Gwella ice cream? You're going to have to do some research. Right, the cafe is over that way. I think before we carry on, well, I would say a tour. I mean, it's a farm shop. I'm sure you guys get the idea. We're going to head down to the cafe, have a beverage, and then we'll get our pasties on the way out. I was just about to head down to the cafe and I caught Shellbell looking in the fridge. She was just like saying, you know, doing some research on Gwella ice cream. I've never heard of Gwella ice cream.
No.
I don't believe I've heard of Gwella.
But I will do some proper research.
Yeah, like a coffee.
Golden Gwella, which is unflavoured, so milk flavoured ice cream.
Yeah. Oh, and they have
Moo-made.
the moo-made as well of Zenner. Interesting. Okay, right. Okay, now we're going to the cafe. Oh, they've even got some merch here. Look at this. Farm Shop t-shirt for £15. With your, like your emblem there for the St Buryan Farm Shop. White or black, your choice. I want a bag. All right. Okay, now we really are going to the cafe.
Yeah, we keep getting distracted.
We keep getting distracted by food, goodness. Oh, and look at some of these books. I love these little books. I got the castle one. I got that one at home. Ghost stories. Maybe we should invest in like a ghost story book with Cornwall, and then hit up some of those places and vlog them. It's yeah, I like these little stands with like local books in. Yeah, nice. Oh yes. I don't know how. It's like a pasty, but it's obviously chocolate. I don't know how my brain would. I don't know how I feel about that. I might have to procure one and then see what it's like. Got lovely fresh eggs here, bread. So Paul's bread. So I think I've heard of Paul's. Yeah, heard of Paul's bread. Obviously Cornish tea, which is quite the thing, isn't it? Look at those carrots. They look nice, don't they? And those like purple broccoli. Oh yes, I feel that we might have to come out here a little bit more often. Right, should we go to the cafe now?
Yeah.
What have you found? Cornish
soap. So, I don't know about you guys, but I've got obsessed with watching soap making videos of the internet.
Soap making videos, yeah.
They're fun to watch, but these just smell nice.
Yeah, they do smell nice actually. If there was such a thing as smell-o-vision.
Cornish cider soap.
Cider soap? Smells of cider. Where did you pick that one up from? There, oh yeah. All right, can we now get to the cafe? Right, the very nice lady over there just asked us if we wanted just to take a seat, and then there's a little menu here which we can look at in a second. Here we go. Here's their little menu. There's the address if you want that. If you've like never been here before, you're unsure of where it is. And so yeah, they do some breakfast options, bacon roll, toast and whatnot, lunch. Obviously the pasties. Now we're here for a pasty, but we're going to take it with us, aren't we? So we're not in the market for anything too extreme in terms of food. We're just going to really have a beverage, maybe a cake. We shall see. But they also do toasted sandwiches, rolls, light bites. So again, obviously not an extensive menu, but again, it is only just a cafe in a farm shop. So, but they do a good sort of array of hot beverages here. Ooh, strawberry or chocolate milkshake.
Tilly would be happy.
Tilly would be happy with that, yeah. She's into her milkshakes at the minute, isn't she?
She does like a chocolate milkshake.
Yeah. Right, okie dokie. Let's think what we're going to have and then go and order it. Recently, we were at Camel Creek and they've got a little roller coaster there, which is named the Morgor. I don't know, it's some sort of mythical Cornish sea creature.
Of Loch Ness.
Is it like, so Morgor is like a Nessie of type. Maybe we should buy the book. Yeah, it looks quite interesting. It looks kind of like my age range, if I'm being honest. Just behind me on the table, I'm loving these belts. Look at these. I think I could wear these belts. I think I could pull that off very nicely. Very promptly, our items have arrived. Got an Americano with milk, chocolate brownie. There's a flapjack, nice looking flapjack. And then Shelley's hot chocolate. Your hot chocolate looks amazing. What we are going to do is just sort of cut those in half or eat half and then swap them over just so that we have, like a taste of both, as it were. But what do you reckon? Is it a hot chocolate? Is it a hot chocolate? Or is it a tepid hot chocolate?
I think that's actually clean.
Ah, go on then, on camera.
Oh, it's like cocoa.
I say it's cocoa sprinkled on the top of it by the look of it.
It's very nice. It's just, as always with hot chocolates, they
Tepid.
could be hotter.
What's our little new saying with that now?
Oh, no,
they
tepid.
always are. Anyway, right, let's dig into this. This, however, is not tepid. Coffee is hot. Right, I'm going to start by eating half of this See what this is. Oh, it's a squidgy brownie. Oh, this is big. Oh, this is going to be. Yeah, I might do actually because it's. Yeah, oh, that's what you. That's what you want in a brownie, isn't it? I don't like cake brownies. Just have cake. If you're gonna have a brownie, have a squidgy one. Got some nuts in there. Like I said, it's a squidgy brownie. You're gonna hate that brownie. I might need the other half of it. It's like one of the best brownies I've ever had. I want your reaction on the brownie.
Oh, it's very rich.
Delicious, isn't it? If you like brownies, this is the place to come.
It's a very rich
That was sensational. I think it's one of the best brownies I think I've ever had.
Oh, there you go.
Right, if that brownie is anything to go by, this flapjack, I'm sure, is going to be sensational. I think we'll be definitely coming back here.
I'd like to try breakfast, actually.
Was it like a full breakfast, or was it like like a full Cornish breakfast, or was it a like a roll?
It's a bacon roll or toast.
Just before we pick up our pasties, we are tempted. I think we're going to go with one of these. Maybe
Maybe a steak and ale.
steak and ale. We're not too into lamb. It's not my go-to meat. Chicken balti curry, steak and kidney, beef madras. Didn't see these ones over here actually.
Potato gratin.
Potato gratin. Ah, how Oh look, chicken korma. I do quite like a korma. I know they're like really sort of bland. Well, not bland, but
cauliflower cheese as well. So you can almost come and get like all the sides.
you could get all the sides. Yeah. Pasties achieved. And also in that bag, we went for the steak and ale pie in the end, didn't we? A little bit windy on the audio, apologies for that, but I do love these old school, these old-fashioned signposts. Logan Rock, Porthcurno, Land's End. See, that's the road there, the B3283. St Just. Yeah, real old school signpost there, love that. Penzance 5 miles away. Right, to my left is the church here at St Buryan, and in my backpack I have got the pasties and the beverages. Just a view there looking straight up at the church, like the tower portion of the church. A bit of information here as you enter church property. Yeah, we'll just have a little look around. Many generations of my family would have attended this church. Christenings, marriages, funerals. On my dad's side, we are of St Buryan. Alright, just stepping into this little area. I don't know what these are called. They must have like a formal name. Do you know what the name of this like section is on a church? What?
The front of the church? No idea.
Okay, I won't bother asking Shelley any more questions then. Anyway, right, let's have a little look.
It's a very active church, though. Like,
Yeah, they do. Yeah, well, I suppose, I mean, out here, like St Buryan, it's kind of like in the, when I say the middle of nowhere, I mean...
It's in the heart of the community.
It is, isn't it? And lots of people will maybe still come here, even for like non-religious reasons, you know, you get, you know, you can have some soup. I like the way they fired up the organ for us there, playing some music, which is very pleasant, isn't it? We were just chatting to the nice man, the vicar, who, I assume vicar, who was...
He's given us a leaflet.
Yeah,
And I like the fact that St Buryan is possibly the Cornish translation of basically the Irish lady.
Who?
But literally.
Oh, that Irish lady.
Well, like words to that effect.
Interesting. As all these like parish churches, very, very nice inside. Very nice church. Again, like the Lelant one is nice, isn't it? We've hit a few churches recently. We just have a little nose round, and we were just saying that they've always been here. They're a place of community, aren't they, and whatnot. You know, whether you're a churchgoer, a worshipper, or not, they've just always been here. And I think, you know, obviously with the family tree side of things, you can obviously you can kind of stand in the same place as your forebears did when they like got married and stuff like that.
This site particularly, there's been some sort of church come religious place here since at least the 5th century.
Yeah. That's, do you know what? It's quite a long time ago.
It is.
Beautiful stained glass window there. Do you think maybe we should get some stained glass windows at home? Yeah, I do look at some of these places, and again, when you've got the family link here, I do wonder how many of, like I said, my forebears, ancestors and whatnot married here on this spot. Because as I always say, when you're looking at like family trees and stuff, if that didn't happen, if they didn't get married, it wouldn't exist. The eye of an eagle. Thomas and Anne Trathen were my 3rd great-grandparents, obviously on the Trathen line. And they did have a daughter called Anne, so obviously Annie, who died here, according to this, in 1899, age 32. Now, looking quickly at Ancestry.com, she was born in 1860 something. So those years, those names and dates actually all match up. So I'm pretty sure that this lady Annie, now she would be something like a great-great-grandaunt. So I wouldn't be like direct bloodline from Anne or Annie, but same family. Pretty sure, 99% sure that she would be like a great-grandaunt or something like that. But yeah, fascinating seeing Annie Trathen over there. That was really interesting. Again, second, or I don't know, some sort of great-grandaunt to me. Right here by the church, right in the centre of St Buryan, you've got Belmont House, which actually currently is for sale. I'd love to buy Belmont House because 3 or 4 generations of my family lived in Belmont House. Not for a few decades. I don't think there's been any living in there related to me for the last few decades. But yeah, 3 or 4 generations, as I'm led to believe, on my dad's side, lived at Belmont House. Maybe we should like book an appointment with Stacey Mann and have a bit of a nose round. I don't know if that's kind of genuine or not. Oh, you've gone. You've got a local store over there, and opposite that you've got the St Buryan Inn, if you fancy a pint. See, that would have been a former shop, a little corner shop you can see, that is no more. I assume probably now a residence and whatnot. Oh, what's this? I was just about to say, is it a war memorial for those that lost their lives? Yeah. Obviously that wall right there, but nice little aspect there of the church. Always like to go up. I would always love to go up in the bell towers, or or down in the crypts to have a look. You know, go like, I don't know. Maybe we should become bell ringers. Maybe, yeah. Poorhouse Lane. Right, I'm not going to focus too heavily on somebody's home, because I don't think that that is right. But we've just arrived at Lisbon Terrace, which is on the other side of a church. Belmont House, for reference, was like on the other side of the church from where we are here. And looking in this direction, again, I'm not going to focus too heavily. But to my knowledge, my dad was born in 4 Lisbon Terrace. I believe that is where his parents, obviously my grandparents, lived. And yeah, my dad was born in that house. It's wild. Yeah, born there about 3 centuries ago. Loving this date stamp here on this house. I don't know which house this is, number 1 by the look of it. You've got Lisbon Terrace written up there. 1823. Again, sorry about the wind. There's the church up there, obviously you can see. We're just walking down this way. If you actually carry on down that way, you can eventually get to Lamorna, or you get to like the junction of the road, which will take you down to Lamorna. There is another little graveyard here that we're just going to have a very quick peek in before we consume our pasties. So yeah, we're gonna have a little look in here a minute. It's funny, you look, you know, when you're in these sorts of places, I think you either like them or you don't, in a weird way. I mean, they are what they are. But yeah, I've often said before, like about like graveyards and stuff, that they are they're strange places, because all these people, they were people once, who lived and breathed. They had a life, they worked, they did their thing, they laughed, they loved, and then they died. And then you know, and they're here. You know, or whichever graveyard you're laid to rest in. But yeah, it was quite wild seeing my granduncle down there. Big one there to the Belithos. I assume must be something to do with the Belithos. William Belitho. He's nothing to do with me. Well, not that I know of. It's yeah, big Cornish family, or they were. They must still have people around, but yeah, interesting. James Frederick Phillips. Freddie. He was always Freddie Phillips to me. My first cousin, once removed. He was the person in charge of the Penzance. What the heck's that thing called? Fire brigade. He was like the head fireman in Penzance for many years. And I always remember when I was a kid. I don't know how old I was. Under 10, I would have thought. I was there with my dad, visiting the fire station with Freddie, and I jumped up into his cab, you know, of the Geek fire engine thing, and he was sat in there with me, and he switched on the siren. Oh man, I jumped out of my skin. I'll never forget that, and I do look back very fondly of that. So yeah, there he is, Freddie Phillips, my first cousin once removed. That's Freddie, and then that's his mum in there, Mildred. I'm pretty sure she was over 100 when she passed away, but I assume that Jack would have been her second husband or whatever. So again, Jack Angwin would be no relation to me, other than the fact that later he married my like grandaunt. But yeah, she's in there along with her husband, second husband, whatever, something like that. It always gets very confusing when you look. If you've ever done a family tree, you kind of think, you know actually how sort of complicated it can be. But really, like I said, I wasn't ever going to do anything too major in regards to family tree stuff on the channel. I did just want to pepper in a few videos over the course of time as I'm doing my research, really for the kids, really. So actually the kids can, it's like a little quick video diary reference, if you will, of like family tree information, which is kind of how I'm looking at it. So for me, yeah, I know these videos are obviously a little bit more personal. You guys might not be so interested in my own personal family tree, but again, for my own sort of, you know, documenting of it and whatnot, and for Matilda and AJ moving forward, it's a bit of a gust of wind. It is, yeah, like I said, I'm not going to go overboard, and I'm not going to go overboard on the like the family tree stuff, but yeah, I will always like pepper a few little bits and pieces into the channel for really my own sort of personal reference and for the kiddos. It's quite weird because apart from your parents, you don't have like closer genetic kin, do you? Again, forgetting your own children, you don't have closer genetic kin than your grandparents, and it's quite strange because, again, for reasons I'm not going to go in on the channel with you guys, because I mean, you know, it's personal stuff. But my grandparents divorced many years ago.
Well, you were estranged from it, weren't you?
Yeah, and it makes me very sad because I actually never knew my grandfather, and it does make me sad. My dad hardly ever really knew him. I don't think my dad even remembers him, which is such a shame. My dad did meet his uncle John many years ago, when my dad was working out here, and I think my dad was saying that he was chatting to this elderly chap, and he was smiling, and Dad was like, "You all right?" And he said, "You don't know who I am, do you, boy?" And Dad was like, "Not sure, no, I don't know." And he said, "I'm your uncle." Isn't it just wild that such close genetic kin and you don't know? And it is sad, and like I said, for very sad reasons, my gran and granddad divorced, and I never really knew any of them on this side. Obviously I knew Freddie, my cousin, a little bit, and Betty, my cousin. Hi Betty, if you're watching. But yeah, you know, so apart from odd little names and a few people that you kind of know and kind of meet once in a blue moon, then yeah, it's sad because, like you say, I mean, very close genetic kin, and I never knew him. Although in a very bizarre twist of fate, which again I'm not going to go into on the channel, I actually did meet him very briefly, which was a bit of a strange experience, but yeah, there he is. I'm glad I found
Fred.
my old man's old man, if that makes sense. We thought we would just come down to Lamorna Cove. Have been here relatively recently on the channel when we walked from Mousehole to Lamorna and back again, a circular route. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to see that video. Beautiful walk. But we thought we would come down to Lamorna Cove so that we could consume our pasties. Beautiful. It's turned into a sunny day, a beautiful sunny day. Very windy, but there is like a westerly wind. Maybe it's an easterly wind. It's going east. I love to sometimes leave the camera roll so that you can kind of hear the noise. You can, you know, when you're watching these videos, you can kind of hear what I'm hearing. It's one of the reasons why I don't bother putting any music in. You know, lots of vloggers here now would have all that fancy music, and I just think, why ruin something that's so beautiful with just random music when actually you can listen to the sea. Listen to the sea, the wind. And like I said, you're kind of here with me in many ways, if you look at it from that point of view. Oh, it's kind of how I think about it. Just soaking in the vibe. broken out with drinks and the pasties. Shelley's there is the elderflower, mine is the cola. I quite like Jolly's beverages, they're quite nice. Established in 1896. Yeah, what a view to enjoy a pasty and a beverage. Oh, look at this thing of beauty. I don't know, the pastry, a bit of a structural integrity issue. It's lost a little bit of its structural integrity. I'm going to have to be careful how I eat this one. But it was funny, the last time, the one and only time we've had a pasty from the St Buryan Farm Shop, it was delicious, but the meat in it was rare.
Yeah.
And I like rare meat, but not in a pasty, because it was rare to the point where it had blood in it. And I was like, ugh, it was a bit of an off-put, wasn't it? So I'm hoping that they're going to redeem themselves a little bit, and this is going to be delicious. Yeah, I was going to say their brownie and flapjack was good. But yeah, I'm hoping they're going to redeem themselves a little bit, because I hear nothing but good praise about the St Buryan Farm Shop pasties. So yeah, I'm hoping it was just a bit of a one-off before, where the steak was a little bit undercooked. But anyway, let's dig into this very carefully, because again, it is quite structurally, it's not sound. I think also the those waves are creeping in. I was gonna say, we were sat down there a minute ago and we thought, oh, I think we might move back up, because it was starting to, you can see it's quite a heavy sea there. See that big wave look coming in. Nice juicy pasty, all of the veg there you can see is very individual, the potato, turnip and the onion. I haven't got into the steak proper, but you can see that it's cooked this time. So I get a feeling that this pasty is going to rate quite highly, because so far it's delicious, nicely seasoned as well. And it's one of those sort of like big sort of rolling crimps that go round the side and a little bit along the top, where you have all that sort of pasty innards goodness underneath the crimp. So yeah, this is yeah, it's going to rate quite highly. So I'll give you my thoughts when I get a little bit more further into it. Yeah, we're well into this pasty now, and I'm glad to say that it must have just been a little bit of a glitch when we had our first pasty from the St Buryan Farm Shop. I want to say maybe 18 months ago, maybe 2 years. It's been a couple of years, give or take. But yeah, that was a bit of a glitch, because this pasty, the meat in this one is cooked to perfection. The inside is very, very delicious. I think I can pretty much say now this is going to be a very strong 9 out of 10. Almost in the hallowed ground of 10 out of 10. Very similar from that point of view to the St Mawes pasty that we had from the St Mawes bakery recently. That almost got into the hallowed ground. That was a very strong 9 out of 10. And this too from the St Buryan Farm Shop is a very, very strong 9 out of 10. Like I said, good size. Pastry is lovely, although again, a little bit of a structural integrity issue, but it has been sat in the bag for a couple of hours, which would obviously not help that situation. Very edible in terms of temperature. It has been out of the oven for a little while, but it's at that sort of super delicious temperature, if you know what I mean, where you can just pretty much plough straight through the pasty, and it's very delicious. And it's now raining on us. So you went for a small pasty, which is obviously nowhere near as massive as my one. How is it?
Delicious.
Is it good?
Nice, yeah.
So again, I think the one we had a couple of years back was a bit of a glitch.
Yes.
Where the meat was very undercooked. This meat is perfect now, isn't it? Yeah, let's have a look. Yeah, it's like a large cocktail, I would describe that. It's a small,
That's plenty for me.
but I was going to say it's plenty, isn't it? But yeah, this one is quite weighty, I've got to be honest. But yeah, super delicious. Highly recommend a pasty from the St Buryan Farm Shop. If you're not local to the area, as I always say, steer clear from the big branded pasty shops that you get everywhere. In fact, some of them are starting to creep up, are all in around like the UK now. You can find them up in England, you can find them up all over the place. You can find some of these pasty shops. Do you know what? I always just say steer clear from a lot of those ones. I'm not going to give any names. But yeah, if you're down in Cornwall, always go to your smaller bakeries and your butchers. You'll always get a much better pasty. Handsome, you can't beat it. Wouldn't live anywhere else. Well, maybe Canada, Scotland or Norway. Handsome. We did it. File that one under family tree research. Really glad we did that.
And
I'll take
research.
Eh?
And pasty
And pasty research. I've heard nothing but good things about St Buryan Farm Shop pasties.
You might have to start a brownie off as well now, though, because that brownie was pretty delicious.
Brownie was exceptionally good, and the flapjack was really good as well. Yeah, highly impressed about it. And in fact, it's only 5 miles away. To be honest, I reckon we'll probably end up not necessarily on the channel. I mean, that would be a bit boring, wouldn't it, all the time? But I expect that we will go there, buy some more bits and pieces, and consume them. We have just put that steak and ale
Pie in the freezer.
Pie in the freezer. Actually, I shoved it in the fridge
Oh, yeah.
because it was partially defrosted, and I'm always very sort of anxious about that sort of thing.
We'll figure it out. It'll be fine.
Figure it out. We'll have that in the next couple of days. That'll be very nice. But yeah, anyway, like I said, file that one under family tree. We are going to leave the video there. I do hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to do all the usual YouTube stuff. Like, subscribe, smash the bell. Check us out on all of our socials at the Brice Side. So from us to you, cheers and gone.
Oh no, we're getting dizzy.
Little bit of bonus footage. Here is the steak and ale pie that we bought, or rather it's in its package. Just put it in the oven for 30-40 minutes, it said. Yeah, all right, we'll show you what it's like
On the other side.
on the other side of the cooking process. Completely forgot to show you guys what the pie looked like in all its glory, because it looks so delicious. I thought, let's get carving this up. So this is, I think Matilda's liking it as well. Matilda, both kiddos have got some pie, steak and ale pie. We've had some veg to it, and in lieu of chips, I've got some potato waffles. You opted out of the waffles, didn't you? And you've just got the veg. And I mean, look at that meat.
Just to show you just how tender this meat is, it's literally falling apart.
It's like pulled beef. Yeah, very delicious. If you're in the St Buryan area or whatever, or you're relatively close and whatnot, and you think, I know, I fancy something nice, but I can't be bothered to cook it as such, or prepare it and whatnot, definitely head out to the St Buryan Farm Shop and pick up something like this. We will definitely be going back to get some more stuff. I was intrigued with the curries and whatnot, so yeah, very delicious. Let's enjoy.